Welcome back, students. Today we see monostable multivibrator. What is monostable multivibrator? It has single stable state and one quasi state. The monostable multivibrator has two types of couplings. One is AC coupling, another is DC coupling. What is AC coupling? AC coupling, if you apply a signal with both AC and DC components, it allows only AC components and filter out the DC signal component like this. See here, this is a AC component, this is DC component, both are combined here. It is passing through this capacitor and it filters the DC component and allows only AC component here. And this multivibrator provides one more coupling. It is called DC coupling. What is DC coupling? If you allow both AC and DC signals, if a input signal contains both AC and DC, it allows both AC and DC to pass through this capacitor. See here, it is a AC part, it is a DC part here. On applying through this capacitor, it allows both DC level and the AC signal. This type of coupling is known as DC coupling. See here, this figure shows the basics of the monostable multivibrator. On applying a triggering pulse, the output varies. It is unlike a stable multivibrator, it needs a triggering pulse to transition from one stable state to quasi state. It is also called one stable state vibrator. When the transistor conducts, the other remains in non-conducting state. It has two transistors. A stable state is such a state where the transistor remains without being altered. There is no change unless the external pulse is applied. The monostable multivibrator working on this principle, so it is called as one-shot multivibrator. Now we will discuss the construction of monostable multivibrator. This monostable multivibrator consists of two transistors Q1 and Q2. They are connected in feedback to one another. The collector of transistor 1 is connected to the base of the transistor 2 through the capacitor C1. The base of Q1, the transistor Q1, is connected to the collector of transistor Q2 through the resistor R2. Now, a negative base voltage is given to the base of the transistor Q1 through the resistor R3, and a triggering pulse, positive or negative pulse, is a positive pulse. The triggering pulse is given to the base of the transistor Q1 through the capacitor C to change its state. The RC1 and RC2 is the load resistor of the transistor Q1 and Q2. One of the transistors, that is when gets in a stable state, an external pulse is given to change its state. After changing the state, the transistor remains in quasi state or metastable state for a particular time period. The time period is decided by the value of the resistor and the value of the capacitor, and it gets back to the previous stable state after this time RC. Now we will discuss how a monostable multivibrator works. Initially, let us consider when the circuit is switched on, the transistor Q1 will be in off state and Q2 will be in on state. This is a stable state. As a Q1, the first transistor is off, its collector voltage Vc1 is about plus Vcc. Why? It is under reverse bias, so it does not conduct. So the whole voltages appear across Vc1. So VB2, the base VB2, second transistor base is positive. So the transistor Q2 is the forward bias. It starts to conduct. So its output is Vc2 is equal to 0. See here, it is the off state. Here it is in on state. It is stable. This state is known as stable state. When Q1 is off state, Q2 is in the on state. Okay. Now, a positive trigger pulse is applied to the base of the transistor Q1. It turns the transistor to conduct. See here, a positive trigger volt is applied to the base of the Q1. When we apply a positive voltage, the transistor base is forward bias. As it is forward bias, the transistor Q1 starts to conduct. When it conducts, the whole voltage drops here. So the collector voltage Vc1 now starts to decrease. So it is 0. When it starts to decrease, this Vc1 is connected to the base of the transistor Q2. Already it was in forward bias. Now the voltage decreases. The positive voltage applied to the base of the transistor Q2 decreases. At the same time, this voltage drops here. As it is a reverse bias, the Q2 does not conduct. So the whole voltage available at Vc2. So now the Vc2 is equal to plus Vcc. This voltage also supplied to the base of the transistor Q1. So it makes more forward bias to the transistor Q1. As the base of the transistor Q1 is forward bias, it starts to conduct. Now the transistor Q2 remains in off state until the capacitor C1 discharges completely. Now the transistor Q1 is on state, Q2 is now in off state. Now this capacitor charge starts to discharge. When the positive trigger applied to the base of the transistor, the following changes are happened. Base of the first transistor is positive, so it is forward bias, so it conducts. So collector voltage decreases, it becomes to 0, so the first transistor gets on. At the same time, the base 2 of the second transistor is 0, so it is reverse bias, it does not conduct. So the collector voltage Vc2 is become plus Vcc, so Q2 becomes in off condition. Now Vb1 is positive, Q1 is forward bias, Vc1 is 0, at the same time Vb2 is 0, Q2 is reverse bias, collector voltage is plus Vcc. Now the Q1 is shifted from off condition to on, Q2 is shifted from on condition to off. Now the positive trigger voltage in the C decreases, where here already we have applied a positive trigger. Once it's charged and then it starts to discharge. When it starts to discharge, the positive value, the voltage value starts to decrease. So the positive trigger voltage decreases, the base 1 voltage of the first transistor Q1 is negative, and then it becomes 0. When it's 0, the transistor Q1 is reverse bias, so it does not conduct. So automatically the collector output voltage of the first transistor becomes plus VCC. Now it is shifted from again on condition to off condition. So see here. So here the voltage decreases. When the voltage decreases, when the forward bias decreases, it becomes reverse bias. When it is reverse bias, it does not conduct. The whole voltage is available here VC1. So this voltage gives the forward bias to the second transistor. When it is forward bias, it starts to conduct. When it conducts, VC2 becomes 0. This voltage is applied here. So it further decreases the bias. It increases the reverse bias of this transistor. So this transistor shifted from on state to off state. This transistor shifted from off state to on state. So it is given here. When the positive trigger voltage is in the C decreases, the base one voltage becomes negative and then 0. It is reverse bias, so Q1 does not conduct. As it does not conduct, automatically the collector voltage is plus VCC, so Q1 becomes off state. When VC1 is plus VCC, automatically VB2 is in forward bias, so Q2 conducts, VC2 is becomes 0, so transistor Q2 in on condition. So when VC1 is equal to plus VCC, V base 1 is equal to 0, Q1 is reverse bias, it does not conduct. So it shifted to off state. In Q2, VB2 is positive, that is forward bias, so it conducts, VC2 becomes 0, now Q2 in on state. So it shifted to previous stable state. So it is the output waveform of monostable multivibrator. When Q1 is off condition, the VC1 value is maximum, and Q2 is on, VC2 is in minimum value. VC2 is equal to 0. On applying trigger pulse, the base of the transistor becomes forward bias and then Q1 is shifted to on condition and Q2 is shifted to off condition. This condition extends till the trigger discharge. After the trigger voltage becomes 0, again the transistor Q1 becomes to off condition and Q2 becomes to its original on condition. Okay. Here the width of this input output pulses given here T is equal to 0.69 R1C1. The width is depends upon the value of the resistor and capacitor used in this circuit. Here we will see the operation in short. When the circuit is switched on, transistor Q1 is off condition, Q2 is in on condition. Here VC1 is equal to plus VCC, so the base of the second transistor becomes positive, so second transistor becomes forward bias, so it conducts, so its output is equal to 0. Here when VC1 is equal to plus VCC, VB1 is equal to 0, Q1 is equal to reverse bias. Here V base 2 is positive, Q2 is forward bias, VC2 is equal to 0. Now Q1 is in off state, Q2 is in on state. It is a first stable state. Now the C1 gets charged. Now when positive trigger voltage is applied at the base 1 of the transistor Q1, the VB1 becomes positive, so it is under forward bias, so Q1 conducts. When Q1 conducts, VC1 automatically decreases, it becomes to 0. Now it shifted the Q1 condition state, that is from off state to on state. At the same time, the base of the second transistor is 0, so the Q2 is reverse bias, so it does not contact. So collector output voltage is high, so Q2 shifted from on state to off state. Now the base of the first transistor is positive, forward bias, and its output voltage is 0. In the second transistor, the base of the second transistor is 0, so it reverse bias, its output voltage is plus VCC. Now its temporary state is Q1 is equal to on state, Q2 is equal to off state. After that, when the positive trigger voltage in the capacitor decreases, the base V1, VB1 becomes negative and then 0, so it is reverse bias. Q1 does not conduct, so automatically VC1 becomes plus VCC, so Q1 becomes off condition. It shifted from on condition to off condition. As VC1 is equal to plus VCC, base voltage is in the forward bias, so Q2 conducts, so automatically VC2 equal to 0, so Q2 is in the on condition. During this off state, VC1 is equal to plus VCC, base voltage 0, Q1 is under reverse bias, it does not conduct, so it is again shifted to off state. In the second transistor, base of the second transistor is positive, so transistor Q2 is under forward bias, so it starts to conduct. Automatically its output voltage is 0, it is shifted to its previous stable state. Now Q1 is equal to off state, Q2 is in the on state. It is nothing but a previous stable state. Initially it was in Q1 was in off state, Q2 was in on state. On applying trigger pulses, Q1 shifted from off state to on state, Q2 shifted from on state to off state. When the trigger is completed, the Q1 again shifted from on to off state, Q2 from on to off state. So nothing but is a previous stable state. This operation is known as monostable operation. It has some advantages. Only one trigger pulse is enough for this circuit, and the circuit design is simple and it is less expensive. It has also a disadvantages. The time between the application of trigger pulse T has to be greater than the RC timing unless it is become under the toggle state. The application of the monostable multivibrator. The monostable multivibrator used in the television circuits and the control system circuits and used in the designing the lights, on-off lights and many more applications. So now we have discussed the working construction of the monostable multivibrator. I have given 7 questions here. The answer is present in this video itself. Write the question and answers and submit the answer to me. Okay.